What if solar panels suddenly became 10% more efficient, cheaper, and more powerful overall? Well, that's what a new technology called Perovskite is promising in early testing. But there's a couple major things holding it back. The solar industry is constantly evolving, and we've even talked about it in a bunch of our recent videos. We've seen updates from companies who are aiming at panel efficiency, installation speed, and even system designs. But in research, one topic keeps coming up over and over, and that's perovskites. A lot of people seem to think that perovskite could be the next evolution of solar. So given that, let's talk about what they are, how they work, the pros and cons, and what the realistic applications of them are. So what exactly is perovskite? Well, perovskite actually refers to calcium titanium oxide, but it also refers to a larger family of materials that share a very similar crystalline structure. That crystalline structure can be easily swapped out with different elements to create the same structure, but a lot more versatility. Because of that versatility, perovskite's been studied for things like batteries, fuel cells, even lasers. But the most promising aspect that's been studied a lot is for solar panels. Here's where things get really interesting because perovskite has been studied a lot because of its superconductivity, but it's not just theoretical anymore. There are actually perovskite cells that are being out there, and in lab settings, they're actually outperforming traditional solar panels. Let's talk about efficiency. The top solar panel out there on the market right now tops out at about 25% total efficiency. With perovskite cells, the best we're seeing in lab settings so far is reaching up to 30%. And there's even some companies out there who are working on tandem solar cells, where you have silicon and perovskite together, that are reaching as high as 34%. That's a major leap forward. So why are perovskites so much better? Well, it technically comes down to something called the band gap, which technically refers to the minimum amount of energy required to excite the electrons inside of a solar cell. More or less what it means is what part of the light spectrum can be used. Traditional silicon cells use more of the red light spectrum, the lower energy light that's near infrared, whereas perovskites can actually be tuned to a wide range of the light spectrum. It can use some of those higher energy lights closer to the blue and UV section. Because of this, it can collect more energy. More energy means more electricity produced, means higher efficiencies. At a basic level, the perovskite cells work exactly the same way as traditional solar cells through the photovoltaic effect. Sunlight strikes the solar cell, it excites the electrons inside the material, they separate, leaving electron hole pairs, and that flow of energy is electricity that we can use for loads. But perovskites do this with that wider band gap, so they can collect more energy, and they also do with less material. Now let's talk about cost, because this is where things get even more promising for perovskites. Now, perovskite cells, because of their superconductivity, don't have to have as thick of cells. So they're made as a thin film technology. So there's less material overall. They're also not using nearly as many rare earth metals as traditional silicon cells, so they can be made cheaper. In order to make production, they also need lower temperatures. So overall, what this means is that they can use more common materials and cheaper production. This means potentially lower system costs as a whole. And even some studies at this point have found that perovskites now are at cost parity with traditional silicon cells, and they're not even yet in mass production. So at this point, you're probably thinking, hey, why are we just using these everywhere? These seem fantastic. Well, there's two key things that are holding perovskites back so far. And number one is their durability. As of the moment, perovskites do not have a very long lifespan, looking at, in most cases, about 2.5 years. Perovskites tend to deteriorate really quickly when they're in the presence of heat and moisture, which you tend to find a lot of on solar installations. Compare that to the 30 years of traditional panels, and there's not even a close gap. The other major concern is toxicity. A lot of the perovskites that are used today utilize a metal halide combo, with one of the core components commonly being lead, which lead obviously very toxic, which raises major environmental and safety concerns with long-term use. So what's really the path forward? Well, the most promising example right now is tandem PV cells, which combine traditional silicon cells with a thin film layer of perovskites. Because the perovskite is thin film and transparent, it allows the lower wavelength lights to pass through and be captured by the traditional silicon, while the perovskite captures the higher wavelength lights and the more energy. This produces significantly more energy as a whole. Early testing is showing efficiencies up to 34%, which is almost 10% greater than the best panels that are out on the market right now. And if the durability improves, it could reshape solar forever. If perovskites continue their development and can get more durable, it can mean higher efficiency panels, lower cost panels, and more energy from less space overall, which has massive implications across commercial, residential, and utility scale solar. Perovskite technologies don't represent just another incremental step in solar efficiency like we've talked about. They represent a complete step change and leap forward in terms of panel efficiency and power production from solar. But right now, it's just in the research and development phase. So we'll closely track it and see if this is going to be something that completely changes solar forever. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to our channel, and check out the video description. I'll put in our full article breaking down perovskites with some great sources and great other interviews that talk about them. If you want more honest energy breakdowns, solar breakdowns, and what's going on in solar, make sure you subscribe to our channel and check us out here at Solar Insure. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.